Yikes, Drathan. Have you tried being confident?
Without a doubt, DBDR is one of my favorite YouTubers of all time. Without DBDR, there would be no Drathan. I remember stumbling across his videos back in early 2022 when I was still a senior in high school. At this time, DBDR had just turned 21 himself. To me, he felt super old, and I remember thinking that by the time I hit that age, I'd have it all figured out. Fun to think that in a few months, I'll be turning 21 myself, making videos of my own for other depressed people out there. I remember taking a break from DBDR for a while. During the summer of 2022, you see, I was prepping for college, thinking there would be a chance to reinvent myself and turn my life around. I didn't have a moment to wallow in my own misery. Naturally, following a year of disappointment and a lack of success, I made the decision to revisit the one individual whom I felt the strongest connection with. I began to catch up on the older videos I'd missed out on, and one was about how DBDR had lost all his friends after bad-mouthing him on his channel. For years, I never knew the context of this, and only after digging around and finding a source who knew DBDR personally, did I understand what really happened. What I discovered was a story that began at the pool, of all places. In the summer of 2022, DBDR was hanging out with his friend, referred to as Manlet Friend in his videos. While Manlet Friend was swimming, DBDR went inside to use the bathroom. What happened next would set everything in motion. DBDR knocked over an urn containing Manlet Friend's dad's ashes, and instead of owning up to it, he swept them under the carpet and never said a word. He later confessed to this in a video he quickly deleted, but not before his friends saw it, after DBDR showed them his channel while drunk. All his friends then cut him off, all but one. That someone was Wingman. At first glance, Wingman seemed to be DBDR's closest friend. He was the one who took DBDR to the bars after his discharge from group therapy, colloquially known as the Ramona Flowers Academy, supposedly to help him come out of his shell. But Wingman had ulterior motives. He'd arranged for girls to give DBDR their numbers, only to flirt with them himself the next time they met. Remember that girl at the bar who gave DBDR her number? That was all Wingman's plan to destroy DBDR's self-esteem even more. Yeah, some friend dude. He even convinced a stripper to play with DBDR's emotions, knowing he would crush him. All this was carefully documented on DBDR's channel, where he'd rant about these experiences, not realizing he was being set up. Then there was this band kid, let's call him Edibles Eddie. He quote-unquote bumped into DBDR at the store. He eventually promised DBDR a spot in his band. Of course, that never happened, but DBDR got so mad one day and called up Eddie to yell at him. But it ended up becoming a friendship that devolved into Eddie asking for money to spend on edibles. What DBDR didn't know was that Eddie was being paid in edibles to slowly bleed him dry. But the biggest player in this game was XPXQ. DBDR owed him thousands of dollars, and XPXQ never forgot. He was the one who eventually contacted DBDR's mother, revealing everything about the channel. Oh, and that source I contacted? He was none other than DBDR Doxxer himself, the guy who posted videos and pictures of DBDR all over his channel alongside XPXQ during July of 2024, finally forcing DBDR to private his channel. Everything. The bars, the band, the money Eddie borrowed from DBDR, it was all orchestrated. A 2-year plan to make DBDR spiral out of control and expose himself. And it worked. When I asked DBDR Doxxer why his friends orchestrated such an elaborate plan instead of just confronting DBDR, he said something that stuck with me.
Most of the whole doxing thing was just for fun. I can't lie. I do kind of enjoy inflicting pain on people if I can do so relatively anonymously. Character flaw, not gonna lie.
I still watch DBDR's archived videos sometimes, but now, knowing the full story, they hit different. Behind every rant, every complaint about betrayal, every story about fake friends, there's another side we didn't know about. I wanted to share what I found since I never realized how much went on behind the scenes before DBDR up and left. Anyway, Seyhan Moody finally gave him back to us, and I'm looking forward to his new uploads. I guess this is the final video of my DBDR trilogy, and I can finally stop talking about him. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
This is a certified PSL classic.